Am I the asshole for kicking my brother out of my wedding for making my fiance cry? Throwaway because this is blowing up in my family and I don't want them all finding this. My wedding was this past weekend and I'm honestly still in shock over what happened. My fiance, now wife, and I have been together for 7 years. We've gone through everything together, moving in, job losses, her battle with anxiety, everything. So our wedding day was supposed to be our day to finally celebrate all that, right? Well, it was, until my brother decided to ruin it. For context, my brother, 30 male, has always had a weird thing about pranks. He calls them jokes, but honestly, they've always been mean-spirited and embarrassing. Growing up, I'd laugh it off or get mad, and he'd say I was just being too sensitive. But this time, it went way too far. During our reception, he got up to give a speech. I thought it would be nice, maybe he'd say something heartfelt for once. But no, instead, he pulls out a fucking slideshow of hilarious photos of my wife, old ones from her Instagram where she's crying, looking vulnerable, or just super unflattering. And he started making jokes about her weight fluctuations, saying how she used to look like a twig when we first started dating and now she's more well-fed. My wife's face turned white. She started crying quietly, and my brother, he just kept going, laughing like he was the funniest guy on the planet. The whole room was dead silent. I saw red. I stood up, walked right over to him, and told him to leave, right in the middle of this speech. I said he was done, and I didn't care if he was my brother. My wife was humiliated. He tried to brush it off, saying I was ruining the fun and that everyone else thought it was funny. No one laughed. Not one person. He refused to leave at first, so I told security to get him out. He stormed out, calling me a fucking drama queen. Now my parents are furious with me for embarrassing my brother at my own wedding. They think that I overreacted, that I should have let it slide because he didn't mean it. My mom even said my wife was overreacting too and that this was all just part of his sense of humor. My wife hasn't stopped crying since. I told my family we're taking a break from them, but now my phone is blowing up with texts from my mom and dad saying I've fractured the family and ruined my own wedding over a joke. I get that I blew up, but I couldn't stand seeing my wife so hurt. Did I go too far? Am I the asshole? This guy sounds like Michael Scott from The Office.
Webster's dictionary defines wedding as the fusing of two metals with a hot torch. Well, you know something? I think you guys are two metals, gold medals.